Hey everyone, this is Camfrey15 and I'm back with another video. And today's video will be another movie review. And this movie review is about the recent movie that came out a few weeks ago, Dora and the Lost City of Gold. Now, just like my Hobbs and Shaw video, I'm just gonna really not dwell over like the big aspects and stuff like that. So there's gonna be light, measly spoilers, but nothing too special. I'm just in this review. I'm just gonna talk about, you know, what basically I really, I guess, enjoyed about the film, and some things that I kind of, after a while didn't like about the film. Um, One, after looking at other reviews, most people, from what I've been saying, is like this is technically not their age demographic, and then mostly it's just like a kids movie, and this is what this movie is. It's just a movie targeted to kids, and that's what really is. So, anyways, basically, if you never heard of Dora the Explorer, she is a character that was made up, that was created a long time ago. I forgot what year when she was made, but she goes on adventures with her best friend Boots the monkey, and they just do things and explore throughout the episodic TV shows they had, stuff like that. When I was younger, I did watch Dora the Explorer. There's no shame in that, even if you are a guy. I did watch that show when I was a lot younger, um, and stuff like that. And when I first heard they were making a live action Dora movie, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Because now we're in the day and age of, childhood properties of ours basically being remade into live action, you know, junk. You guys saw my freaking Lion King review and what I thought of it. Um, and I guess maybe I'm probably gonna make a video talking about the demographics of like really, how can I say this? Like live action remakes being made a thing, if I could say so myself. Live action remakes really are, I just see them as something that's not good. I don't understand why you can't use the same property but make it animated. For example, the Sonic movie. That could have been an animated, blockbuster movie coming out in theaters. You just had to make a live action. Okay, yeah. But maybe I'll do a video about my thoughts on like why I think live action movies really don't work, and why things that are particularly animated that they try to bring to a live action big screen, and I'll give my opinion why it doesn't work. Um, the only genre that really works for animated characters is mostly the superhero movies. That's really it, and stuff like that. But other than that, yeah. The Dora movie. Stars that played are Isabel Moner. Um, Basically, is one of the biggest stars. Think Michael Pena's in this as well. And then I forgot the actor who played Dora's mom's name. Um, oh, Eva Longoria. Yeah. So they're basically the stars of this film. But it's mostly about Mon Isabel's Monet's character, um, Dora, and basically a general synopsis of this film is basically after years of living in the jungle, you know, Dora goes to basically the city to, go to high school and be accustomed with the city life and make new friends and stuff like that. In the process, with the way she always acted as a kid, comes across as strange to other kids in her high school, and basically they go on this field trip to a museum. Her and her, Diego, and two other companions basically get kidnapped by these treasure hunters who are looking for the lost city of gold. And basically, the story is about trying to save the parents and finding the lost city of gold. You know, the plot is a kind of bland plot, at least. Like, if you're looking at it from like just a movie perspective, the plot is kind of boring and kind of bland. But like I said earlier, it's a kids movie. Kids will suck this up in a heartbeat and stuff like that. And yeah, they don't really care. They're just gonna go to a movie to see Dora. They did make some occasional jokes in the film. There was only like a little jokes here that I actually like just laughed at, but other than that, I was kind of had my freaking fist or my fist on my cheek, just watching the movie and stuff like that. And um, I was like, geez. I'm like, after a while, it got kind of, after a while, it got kind of boring for my taste. And, I was particularly intrigued to see how this movie would go from a standpoint. It's like, when I saw the trailer when they especially had Swiper, and I'm like, okay, this looks pretty interesting, you know. But if you ask me, really the more interesting parts was probably the beginning when it was focusing on Dora and her high school interactions. And I did watch a review how they're saying like how the person was saying in the review like it was more he was more accustomed to seeing the Dora in high school aspect, and they could have kept that. Where Dora is basically trying to navigate the basically difficulty of being in high school and stuff like that. That could have been a thing, but it would have been a pretty interesting take and stuff like that. I would have loved to see where that would have gone, but yeah, you know, like I said, the jokes hit or miss. They're not all that good. They make the occasional poop joke in this film, and it's like some poop jokes, some those type of jokes, they can hit for me and make me laugh if it's a funny scene to me. But other times it just can be bland and stupid. In this case, it was bland and stupid. Like they made quicksand making pooping noises. But then again, it's another not only a trope of kids movie where they make the occasional poop jokes in it, but it's also another Nickelodeon trope thing because Nickelodeon always likes to add poop jokes into certain types of movies and stuff like that. And it was yeah, that's really what I have to say about that. As far as the jokes, they're hit and miss. Not really all the jokes hit. If not, some of the jokes are just kind of like standard below average humor, but something that will get a laugh out of a kid. I can say the least for that. Really overall, the only the movie, in my opinion, is a pretty okay to decent film if you just want to see it. To kids, it may be a really good film to them, but it's an okay, decent film. And you can see that this movie's obviously catered to kids and stuff like that. Some things I did like from the film. I loved Isabella Moner's, take of Dora. If not, she was probably the star of the show. And if we're really gonna grade this movie pretty harshly, she's the only thing that really keeps this movie afloat from being an okay to decent movie. Otherwise, this movie is not atrocious, but it's not pretty, but it's just technically not a very good movie. But Isabella Moner's character, and her interpretation of Dora, like it legit sells it, and she's automatically the number one star of this film because she does a really good job, and I like her performance as Dora. So it because she captured the energeticness, the happiness of Dora had in the show, and it was good to see. Another thing I did like I guess there was this hallucination scene with Dora and Diego, and they were in like this like flower place garden and stuff like that, and they did like an actual animated scene of like if it was like the cartoon. I didn't pop for that. I love to see it. I thought it was a pretty enjoyable scene, and I thought it was funny. I was like, oh, they did an animated scene. I was like, okay. Um, it, for that short time, I actually got my freaking interest up. I was like, this is what they could have did if they just had an animated Dora movie. It wouldn't be. I'd probably still go see it, but I'd probably still feel the same way. I just would think that the animation, the animated part of it would be probably one of the best parts of the movie, and I thought the animated part when they did that was one of the best parts of the film, and I enjoyed it. Not to where I was like on the edge of my seat. I enjoyed it. I was like, huh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. So all the other characters are pretty flat in my opinion. I guess when you include Diego with the two other companions in the film, they're pretty bland characters at best. And, their characters, you could literally not give a crap about them. Um, they had some iconic, Dora characters like Boots and Swiper the Fox. Boots, after a while, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of used to the way he looks. He looks okay. It's not bad. I did like the fact that they did make him have boots in this movie because when I was looking at the trailer, I was like, the monkey has no boots, yet his name is Boots. Okay. Now, he doesn't have boots for like the entire film he's in, but he has like he wears his boots in the beginning and then he wears his boots at the end of the film. Yeah, and other than that, I thought he was an okay character. Swiper, I thought, was a little comedic, funny character. Um, I liked Swiper's. Um, I thought Swiper looked good, and he looked pretty accurate to what his animated design is. And if I'm not mistaken, this movie was basically produced and made by Paramount. So my question is this: so they can make Swiper look almost identical to the Swiper we all know from the animated show of Dora. Yet one of their other projects, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, took him till fans literally lashed out at what the first trailer was for them to finally fix Sonic's design. I could say, wow, that means the Sonic movie really didn't care. Now, I'm still eager to see the Sonic design, what it looks like, and I will be making a video on the new Sonic design. Um, you know, I didn't get a chance to make a video on the very first Sonic design, but I was not a fan of that. But anyways, going back to my ending of this video of the Dora movie, there's some bright spots here and there, but overall, this movie is kind of a, bland, okay to decent film. It's not, it's not too bad in any case. It's, something where if you have kids, you can go ahead and take them in, or if you have like a little brother or sibling, sister, or you're like, I guess, a babysitter or something, I guess, or you're looking after your little cousins and you want to go take them out to a movie or something, go take them to see this movie. It's just a child's movie and stuff like that. And like I said, it's not a bad movie. It's an okay movie. This movie is definitely, like I said, catered towards kids, not catered to like people my age. I just cared to watch it because I just cared to watch it and stuff like that. So yeah, if I were to give my rating of this film, I'd probably give this film no, I'd probably give this film a 5 out of 10. Average on equal size. On all sides. There was literally only really two things that I liked about this film, and everything else was kind of either a nitpick or some things I just didn't really seem to care or like at all. But yeah, that's my review on Dora and the Lost City of Gold. So, if you like this video, leave a like. If you want to get more movie reviews, whether it's a movie from the past that I will revisit or, you know, anything that's coming out later to theaters, I will more than likely expect to have a review out for that. Mostly, the next review I probably will do that, you know, it's probably Star Wars, the last, or, well, crap, what is it? Whatever, Star Wars Episode 9. And, you know, the reason why I'm gonna probably be that's my next movie review is because there's really not any other movies that intrigue me. Like, I know it's coming out, but, you know, I don't really like to go see, you know, movies like that in theaters. And there's really no other movies that are pretty, you know, out there that I want to see and stuff like that. So really, you know, the next movie is, you know, Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. You know, and it's gonna be interesting to see where they go with that movie because after Last Jedi, man, and I think when the time comes around that time, I will probably do a Star Wars marathon review of all the movies leading up to Episode 9, and yeah, so this has been Camfrey 15, and you know, I'm signing out. You guys have a great day.